Have you ever walked into a room feeling perfectly fine, maybe even that little bit energized, only to leave an hour later feeling strangely heavy, irritable, or emotionally drained? As though somewhere in that conversation you've picked up a mood that never belonged to you in the first place. Today, I want to talk honestly about why I often disappear on Friday nights, why being labelled aloof can sometimes be the cost of protecting your own peace, and how I've learned as a psychotherapist to separate my own emotional state from the energy I absorb from everybody else around me. This is We Are All Fine, and you're really welcome. Because if you, like me, identify as a people pleaser, an empath, or simply someone who feels incredibly porous in social situations, someone who takes on the atmosphere of every room, you need to understand something. Your social battery is not just running low, it's being hijacked. You are not simply just tired, you're overfilled with emotional input that was never yours to process. Last week, we talked about internal stresses, the pressure that come from within. So today, you're joining me. We're going to be moving outward into relational stress, the exhaustion that comes from constantly absorbing other people's emotions, tension, expectations, and unresolved feelings. We're going to unpack why some people absorb instead of observe. And I'm going to give you practical therapeutic tools, real mental scripts you can use to protect your energy without shutting yourself off from the people I know you care about. And if you're new here, welcome. I'm Heidi Lester, and I've spent more than 25 years working as a counsellor and psychotherapist. And one of the most common patterns I see in my therapy room is what I'm going to call the sponge. Those people who are so finely tuned to everyone else that they slowly lose touch with themselves. This podcast today is going to be about making sense of that experience. It's about offering practical support for those of us who feel deeply, care deeply, and often forget where we end and other people begin. We are all imperfectly human. We are all fine. And today we're going to be learning how to stay connected without draining ourselves dry. So it's lovely to have you here. Settle in, make yourself comfortable, get yourself a brew, and let's begin.
This is We Are All Fine with Heidi Lester, counsellor and psychotherapist with over 25 years of experience. Join us as we unpack emotions, relationships, and mental health strategies to help you show up as your best self.
In psychology, there's a term, and it's called emotional contagion. Now, this describes a very real biological process where human beings unconsciously mimic and internalize the emotions of the people around them. Now, originally, this was useful for survival because if the tribe panicked, you needed to panic too. But in modern life, 21st century UK, the world, emotional contagion means this. Your boss is stressed and you suddenly feel those shoulders start to tense up, or your partner is irritable and now the whole evening feels really sharp, or your friend starts venting at you and you leave lunch feeling absolutely depleted. Your nervous system, it picks up their frequency and starts broadcasting this as if it were your own. And when you have no emotional filter, no healthy separation between what belongs to you and what belongs to somebody else, even a simple coffee date can leave you feeling like you've worked a double shift and you will be absolutely exhausted. For the emotional sponge, like the greatest vulnerability is not kindness. It's the absence of a border. You're not just listening to people's problems, you are actually hosting them. And that means awareness alone is never going to be enough. It's not enough for you to say to yourself how drained you feel. You have to start actively filtering what you allow yourself to carry. So I want to offer you 4 essential scripts. Now, think of them not as walls or borders, but as a screen door, okay? They're going to allow connection in, but while keeping emotional overload at a distance. And these are the tools that help you move from being a victim of the room to becoming the architect of your own energy. So here's number 1, the observer script. This is the practice of learning the difference between absorbing and observing. So when somebody is emotionally unloading onto you, your instinct is often to merge, to feel their stress, to meet them there so they don't feel alone. But empathy does not require emotional self abandonment. Instead, try and imagine a pane of glass between you and the other person. Yes, you can see their distress and you can acknowledge it. You can even care really, really deeply, but it does not have to enter your body. Use this as an internal reminder if this is going to be the script you use. I can see that they are struggling, but this struggle, it belongs to them and not to me. And then you become the witness. You are not soaking all of that energy in. Script number 2, I'm going to call this the physical anchor. When you begin to feel yourself draining in conversations, your body needs a signal that you're still grounded in your own self, within your own body. Most socially overwhelmed people that I'm aware of, mentally, they lean in. They become hyper-focused on the fixing, the rescuing, and the soothing. Or they're going to try and regulate the other person. We need to interrupt that. And we need to learn to lean back physically. So feel your spine against the chair. Press your feet into the floor. Wiggle your toes, click your fingers, and bring your nervous system back into your own body with this reminder: I am here and I am separate. Grounding is so important to create the distance, and distance will protect your energy. Number 3, I'm going to call this a protective boundary script. Boundary, there's the key word. Because many people pleasers do fear boundaries because they think boundaries are rejection. But please hear me, boundaries are not that at all. Boundaries are what we call quality control. When somebody wants emotional access to you, and you know you're already running empty dry, try saying something like this: I really want to give this conversation the attention it deserves, but mentally right now I'm at my capacity. So pop me an email, pop me a text message, and I'll get back to you. That doesn't sound cruel. That sounds really kind. And notice what it does. I've not dismissed that person. It hasn't created any form of conflict. It's protected the relationship from resentment and emotional depletion. You're not refusing connection. You are preserving the quality of that connection by putting that boundary in place. And the 4th script, this is the post-social discharge. Sometimes, despite all of your best efforts, you still leave that room carrying that emotional backpack. And when that happens, you need to discharge this. Don't distract from it. Scrolling on your phone, that's just going to give you more input. What your nervous system needs is a reset. So give this a go. Wash your hands under cold water. It's as simple as that. Or change your clothes as a symbolic shredding of the day. For me, I put my hair up, put my hair down. Shake your arms, shake your legs, move your limbs, just for a few minutes to signal to your body that the social demand has ended. You've cut that off. Now, it is simple, but your body, it responds so powerfully to ritual. You're telling your nervous system, right, okay, I'm full here. I've done what I can do. The threat's over. I need to get back to me. As a counsellor and psychotherapist, I've made a really brilliant living about supporting human beings, and I believe in them. They have the good inside themselves. They just need a little bit of help to find it. I promote autonomy. So these 4 tips I've given you today, these 4 scripts, they're going to help you really just regain control. So yes, you can still be an empath. Yes, you can still be that fantastic person I know you are now. But what this does, it just protects you, your energy, and keeps the energy balanced between you so you can get on with your day and the person you're trying to support. I'd love to know if they helped you. I'll share something personal at the top of the podcast today. I said I can't do a Friday, and I'm going to tell you why. Even after 25 years in this profession, I am still learning the limits of my own social battery. And by Friday afternoon, I've been with dozens of people. I've taught a class of baby counsellors. I've listened to heartbreak, trauma, fear, grief, anxiety. It's all come my way, and I love the work. But my system gets full. And if I'm not careful, I can find myself losing me. I don't know where I begin, and I don't know where my clients end. So I've learnt that on a Friday, quite normally, I need silence, space, and stillness. Now, that might come across to some people as being a bit grumpy, a bit moody, whatever. But to me, I just need to disappear for a while. I don't even want to speak. I just need to be still. I just need to recalibrate and I need to process as well all of what I've heard. I need to file it away safely. That's important for every single client I've seen. And of course, for me, I'm not withdrawing because I don't care. I care so, so deeply. I'm withdrawing because I need time to sort me out again. What was mine? What have I collected? What have I learnt from? As a counsellor, one of the most honourable things, one of the most fantastic things is you learn from every single client you speak to. And I want to be with that so I can just settle myself off, get myself my Friday night quietness, and I can carry on with my weekend. So if you're somebody who needs to go quiet for a few hours to find yourself again, please don't think that's any kind of flaw in your personality. You're doing nothing wrong. Like me, we're going to call this maintenance. You're not antisocial. You're just trying to be sustainable. I think there's a big difference. Your sensitivity, it's a gift. It makes you compassionate, perceptive, and deeply, deeply caring. But even gifts become burdens when they are left unmanaged. So this week, practice being an observer. Notice the moods around you, acknowledge them, care about people, but do not invite every emotion to sit down with you at your table. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this has resonated, send it to a friend who is always carrying that person you will know who always carries everybody else's emotional weight. And if you'd like more practical tools for highly attuned, easily overwhelmed human beings like you and like I, you can find me across all the social media platforms, Therapy Applied with Heidi Lester. And you can email me, HeidiWeAreAllFine@gmail.com. Next week, we're going to be tackling the heavy hitter that sits underneath so much emotional exhaustion. I see this regularly. Why saying no feels so guilty, and I'm going to help you work out how to stop that guilt from controlling your life. We'll talk about that uncomfortable space between doing what is right for you and fearing that you are disappointing somebody else. It's a really tricky balance, and we all do it, and we all fall into that guilt trap. So I'll explain why your brain treats the no like a social emergency and how you can calm that alarm down. Because selfless does not have to mean boundaryless. And if you've ever said yes while every part of you was screaming for you to say no, next week's episode is for you. So before you go, if this has been helpful, please give me a like. Please give me some comments. If there's anything you'd like me to do in podcasts going forward, you know where to find me. HeidiWeAreAllFine@gmail.com. So have a fantastic week. Look after you, look after your boundaries, and always, always remember, be yourself because you are no one else. I'm Heidi Lester. You take care. Counselling relationship, and please consult a qualified mental health professional for personal support.